Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one, honestly, I really want to talk about my opinion on like YouTube as like a job in a sense, because I've already said this before. I already said my views, I already explained my views on this, and I think YouTube should never be considered a job. I think it should always be considered a hobby. I think that's the best way to go about it, because most of these YouTubers now that are super popular, right, like PewDiePie, markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all them stuff, I'm pretty sure they start off YouTube by just uploading videos for fun, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I upload these videos for fun, just to have fun, just to talk to people, just to get my thoughts, and that's what I like about it. But I don't think people should ever see it as a job, because first of all, I don't think YouTube is I don't think you should ever consider YouTube a job, because it's not I don't think it's consistent. And what I mean by that is it's way different than having a job working for a company, right, where they just give you like an hourly pay every week, get your paycheck once every 2 weeks, rather than YouTube, where yes, you do make a whole bunch of money, but it's not gonna be consistent, because I don't know, maybe you do something that gets you canceled or some dumb shit like that, or maybe you just don't. Maybe your audience maybe you're trending for like 2 or 3 months and that's it, and then you're like going back to making like dog shit views on your videos, so you don't make that much money, and it's just not consistent because it relies on viewers, it relies on like ad revenue, and and you are like the face of the company. So if you do anything stupid, then that's gonna fuck you up. That's gonna fuck up your views, maybe your sponsors, and then you're gonna lose money. Rather than, if you have a job that's consistent, all that really matters is you just fucking up your job and getting fired, or getting maybe terminated or some dumb shit like that. It's very different than being a YouTuber, right? I do get it, you make a lot of fucking money, and I always feel like if a YouTuber makes a lot of money where he quits their job, they see it as like a really good thing, like, oh, let's go, I quit my job because I'm a full-time YouTuber. Man, I just can't. I don't know, I just can never see that as being a good idea or something. I don't know why. Maybe just because I feel like it's not a permanent thing. We've never seen this ever. There's never been a case of like a full-time, like, what I mean by this is, I want to see, I'm very curious as to what it's going to be like when Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, or like PewDiePie, I want to know what their life is like when they actually retire in real life. And I mean like when they're 80 or 60, like when they're old as fuck. Because we've never seen this before. We've never seen a full YouTuber, I guess, lifespan. Like we've seen rock stars, go from like being pop stars or rock stars, whatever, and then they die, like Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, die of old age. Well, Michael Jackson wasn't old age, but you know what I mean. Like, obviously, died of old age, all this shit. Like, we see what it would like to be a pop star and, have all that fame and then die. We've seen what it's like to just be a regular worker, just worker class, work your whole life, 40 years, which sounds miserable. And then they retire and then they die, right? We've seen all that. We've seen actors, they act all their life and then they retire and then they die. We've seen all that. But we've never seen a YouTuber. We've never seen a full life of a YouTuber, and what's that like? I'm very curious as to what's that going to be like, because it's just not consistent. It just doesn't, I don't know, man. This is something that's so new. I just think it's so interesting. And going back to what I was talking about, YouTubers that quit their job. I always wonder, like, what's their backup plan? Because I don't think they can see YouTube as being a permanent thing forever. It's not the same as being like an engineer, being a doctor, all that stuff. I really feel like those are jobs that, this is it. I'll probably do this for the rest of my life. Maybe move up a couple times, maybe move down, maybe chill here for a bit, like 10 to 3 years, whatever. YouTube is not that, dude. YouTube, you just chase the trend. You just do whatever you. It's very complicated. It's very interesting. How can you make YouTube? YouTube will never feel like an everyday job, and it's not. But I just wonder, like, do these YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, do they actually consider YouTube like their job, their actual job? And I guess it's so stupid to some people, because they may think like, yeah, of course, it's their fucking job, it's to make money. But I'm just saying, like, it's not the same. It's really not the same. I guess what I'm really asking is, do they worry? Like, do they worry about like their income or how much money they save? I feel like you can retire being a quote-unquote YouTuber if you played your cards right, if you played your money right. I know like some of these YouTubers, they have like coffee. I think Jacksepticeye has coffee. I think Markiplier maybe has some merch or something like that. I'm pretty sure. I think Markiplier has for sure done something. I think PewDiePie has his merch, right? His Fist Bros, whatever. Fist Bro. I think, yeah, PewDiePie like sponsors, or like he has like his own merch. I'm pretty sure, right? So hopefully, they probably have bags. They probably have for sure got a fuck ton of money. But I wonder about like these other YouTubers that have like 200,000 subscribers, maybe barely almost 1 million subscribers, or all that stuff. Like, I wonder if they're just gonna keep doing YouTube forever, and hopefully make enough money where they can retire with that money. Maybe I think that's the best choice for a YouTuber. I don't think you should really spend it. Maybe you should invest or do something else. I think that's the best thing for a YouTuber for sure. Because there's been so many cases with NBA players where they make all that money in the NBA, and then once they retire, once they can't, you know, perform at their prime, then they go bankrupt. A lot of them get bankrupt. I think Antonio, what's it called, my GOAT, Adrian Peterson, you know, the top running back of all time. I think he's bankrupt right now, or he's like close to bankrupt, and he's selling a lot of shit. And so I always wonder, like, would that be the same for these YouTubers, man? Like, when they go out of style, when they go out of style, will they just become bankrupt, or will they like just be another person on the street working a 9 to 5 again? I'm very curious. I wonder what's gonna happen. Like, when Jacksepticeye, when, you know, MatPat, because MatPat, you know, retired, right? He's not really retired. He's young, dude. He's fucking young. I really want to know what life is gonna be like for the Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all them big YouTubers, MrBeast, whatever, when they're 60, when they're 80, when they're 50, like when they actually retire as an adult, when they're old, right? I wonder, is YouTube a good enough job where they're living good, or are they going to be back to working again, you know? Because here's another thing. When YouTubers, when they pop off, right? When they pop off, they have a whole bunch of views, they make a fuck ton of money, they buy like this big ass house, they buy like these nice ass cars, right? I wonder if they're paying it monthly, you know, they're trying to pay it off. I wonder what if they get canceled, or what if they fall off completely, that they don't rack in the views that they used to, that they don't make all that money, maybe they lose all their sponsors. I wonder, are they gonna struggle like paying that house still? I think for sure, if I was a YouTuber and I made a fuck ton of money, I would pay shit in full. I would pay shit in full to make sure I don't gotta pay, like, I don't gotta pay for the rest of my life. You know, I don't want to do like a 30-year plan to pay for a house, because what if I'm a YouTuber, I buy this big ass house, I'm making a whole bunch of money, I'm popping off, you know, I'm getting ass thrown my way, I'm getting some dick in my face, all that shit, like I'm popping off. And I wonder, what if I fall off? What if I get canceled, right? And I just lose all that money? Am I gonna have to like sell my house because I can't afford it anymore, because I'm not making the money that I used to, because I'm just some bum ass 20-year-old making videos of me shaking ass on Instagram or something? Like, I wonder, what do they worry about that? Do they worry about that? Because I do. I know damn well I would, for sure. So that's interesting. Just a little rant, not a rant, but just something I want to talk about, because I was talking about it with my friends. You know, like, can YouTube be a job? And it pays for sure more than a job, 100%. I get that, but it's not the same. You know, there's no 401k, there's no retirement plan. It's just like you know, it's just you making videos and making a fuck ton of money. But I wonder, like, do you play your cards right? I think for sure, if I was a YouTuber, I would invest in making like my own brand for sure. Like, you know, coffee. I think if I had a brand, if I could make my own brand, ooh, cologne. I think cologne would be so sick to have my own brand, dude. That'd be sick. But I have to be like talking about some other thing. Anyway, that's really it, guys. Let me know what you think. You know, is YouTube a job? Could it be a job? It kind of sounds stupid, but like when you think about it in the long term, you know, is it really a job? Because like I said, I want to know if MrBeast, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, when they're 60, I want to know, do they still have all that money, or did they play their cards right? Because who knows, maybe Jacksepticeye is living the life now, right? But maybe I see his ass working out Walmart in 60 years. I was kidding. That's kidding. No, but yeah, that's really it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.